Do you ever hear stories about really successful people who say that they're successful because they trusted their gut? Let's talk about that in this video. I'm Krishantiw with Krishantiw.com, and this channel is all about developing your intuition. And that gut feeling is something we all are familiar with. Everybody knows what a gut feeling is. And the interesting thing about the gut feeling as far as intuition goes is that it is usually like a powerful surge that's so strong. It's like a knowing, but it's like a force that's so strong. Sometimes it bypasses your analytical mind and it's just like, this is the right thing to do, you know? But what can get in the way of trusting your gut are impulsive energies, either on the side of positivity, like to an extreme, or negativity to an extreme. So by that, I mean, let's say you're gambling and you're up and you're doing really, really well, and you just take everything you want. You're like, I just know it. I'm on a roll. I'm going to win. My gut says I'm going to win. And then you do it and you totally lose. Like, that's a familiar story. We've all heard about that. And it happens a lot. So it wasn't really a gut feeling. It was more like a unrealistic optimism, kind of. And then the other end of the spectrum is like allowing a fear to present as an intuition, like, I better not do that, like I have a bad feeling or whatever. And then you end up holding yourself back. It wasn't really a gut feeling about not doing something, but it was a fear warning you or just having you just stay held back. You know what I mean? So it's those two very powerful extremes that can confuse the gut or confuse us and lead us into thinking like we don't really know if we can trust our gut or not. So the thing about it all is that it's so very easy to start working with this. Now, at Krishantiw.com, the whole world I have over there, if you're interested, is about developing your intuition through very quiet and meditative techniques. It's all meditations and then exercises. Now, in this video, the trusting your gut thing is really, it's an on-the-go experience that you want to bring in and have as a part of your life on a daily basis. And what's really fun about it is this is going to be good for you. So you want to make it like a project that's exciting and not like a task, because it's going to only improve your life when you know without a doubt that you can trust your own gut and trust your instincts. So how do you do that? It's like building a muscle. You just have to practice, practice, practice. And the technique is so simple, but I'm going to tell you in a second. Before I get there, if you love this topic, please come on over and subscribe. I'd love to see you here every week. And also, if you have stories about how your gut presented or how you trusted your gut and what happened and what the outcome was, please share in the comments. We all love to hear about how this is working for all of us. And I know you guys have some pretty amazing stories. So please feel free to share. I'd love to know. So basically, there are so many areas in life in which you can apply your intuition and that gut instinct, that gut feeling, that if you'd like to start to have it be a part of your life you can rely on, why not just take one area that you're really interested in having a sort of mastery over, like to just a really good sense of like, okay, I know what I'm doing here. Some examples: how to read people, like how to know if somebody is going to have your best interests at heart or if they're someone you should avoid. I mean, that's such a priceless skill. I actually created a video course called How to Read People at Krishantiw.com if you're interested. But that aside, that's one whole area that you can focus on. Just you can build your gut instinct on reading whether or not someone is a good person for you. Another area you could develop or work on with your gut is your own personal growth and what you need to work on and what is good for you, I mean, that's a whole world in and of itself, just healing yourself. But you can also apply this to work, to business, to so many different areas of your life, health. I mean, whatever you choose, like it's, even if you want to like do day trading, like, but that's another thing that you want to, I'll talk about that when we get further down into the details of recording this. But pick an area you want to be excellent at trusting your gut in, and then get a notebook or use a note-taking device on or app on one of your devices. You want to record what you're getting, and then every day make it a point to do an exercise like, what do I feel about this person? Jot it down. Like, what am I picking up? And while you're doing that, our gut instincts and our intuitions present differently to us. Some people and students that I worked with to help with their intuition are very, very visual, and they'll be like, oh, he's a rat, or, I see a rat when I think of this person, or a flower, whatever. Some people just actually have knowing. There's a thing called instant knowing in the clairvoyant world, and it's like the information just drops in your head. So your gut feeling might come in as just, I know this without a doubt. You may have a physical sensation. I'm always like, you can't really see in the video, but I'm always going like this. I feel this, like in my gut, like I'll get a bad vibe. And you may too, or you may feel it somewhere else in your body. But a lot of people get feelings like, I don't feel good. For some reason, I'm not feeling great. And when it comes to intuition versus the gut, the gut is sort of like this, it's more like a power thing where it's like, you run, and then intuition is a little more of like a quiet thing. But between the two of them, like, ooh, there's a loud jolt, the wind is blowing the window, but between the two of them, you can start to figure out, okay, do I feel the littlest bit off? If you feel the slightest bit off center, or the slightest little bit not right, or if anything is just not quite, write it down. That's the way your gut and intuition kind of work together. If it's in any way off, and that's where people kind of can ignore their gut and ignore their intuition, because it's like, it's a little off, but it's not off enough for me to be like, my gut feeling was like, run, that's where it's the fight or flight that we are all equipped with. But anyway, start to record, just record every day, record how you feel. And then as you're keeping track of this, you will be able to refer back when that data becomes evident. So when you find out that that person that they hired at work that you felt like was a snake actually is a snake, you can look back to your reactions and be like, oh my God, that first day I met that person, I didn't feel good, or I thought I didn't like this about them, or I got, keep that documentation. Now, what I was going to say about using your gut, usually when we talk about success, it's about making money. And if you want to use your gut like that, like to make decisions that involve financial stuff or are very high risk, what I want you to do is put down if you can see, like I'm trying to say it's hard because in the intuitive world, we really try to steer clear of right or wrong. There usually is no right or wrong. It's just what is best for you or what is ideal for you. But if you're like trading stocks or you're making these financial decisions, you need to know your rate of accuracy. And so what you can do is like, was this like pretty accurate? Was this way off? Write down, like trying to tally your observations in a spreadsheet. And then you can see the percentage of accuracy. And this will take time, but with practice, you will get to increase your rate of accuracy. So that, let's say when you're starting out, maybe you're at 40%, you don't want to make bets, or you don't want to, play the stock market with a 40% accuracy rate. But after a year, you're looking at your data set and you're like, okay, I'm getting up to 80%. Now that's something that you can kind of act on, right? Few of us are 100% accurate all the time, and that's important to know. And that's why you got to be very, very careful if you're going to start using your gut and trusting your gut with these big like money decisions and things like that. So the tracking is just so important. And the other reason why, I said this in other videos, but the other reason why it's so important to document it is you're signaling to yourself that you acknowledge your intuition, you acknowledge your gut, and you're going to act on it, and you're going to trust yourself. I guarantee you, you're just going to get better and better and better the more you do this, and the more you employ it as something that's fun and good for you. And it is fun because when you start to get these hits that are so spot on, you're going to amaze yourself. And if you do that, or you come back to this video later, put it in the comments and let us know, like, what is your rate of accuracy? Like, did you find that out, and how did it go? It's just so much fun, and it's helpful too. So let me know how it all goes. And thanks so much for watching, guys. I will see you next time. Bye.